Hey, Super Sleuths, this is Mrs. T again, and I have a new mystery to solve from Encyclopedia Brown. This one is called The Case of the Home Run Hitter, and you need to know about the rules of baseball to know how to solve this mystery. So if you're not real sure about the rules of baseball, you can ask me. Um, you can send me a message and I can send you some hints, or you can ask a family member or somebody else you might know that can help you solve this case. It was a slow morning at Brown Detective Agency. Encyclopedia and his junior partner, Sally Kimball, were playing catch in the side yard. Sally was working on her curveball when a customer arrived. "If I'm going to win games this summer," Sally said, "I need to have more than one pitch." "Are you sure?" said Encyclopedia. "Nobody seems to have much luck against your fastball." "True," Sally admitted. "But if the batter wises up to the fact that all I have is that one pitch, sooner or later they'll be pounding out hits." "I'd say later," said Chip Caswell, riding up on his bike. "When it happens, I'll try to get a few of those balls to add to my collection." Nobody liked to collect baseball souvenirs more than Chip Caswell. He'd saved up ticket stubs from every game he'd ever been to. His baseball cards filled 6 shoeboxes. He might have had even more if his parents hadn't complained that his hobby was taking over his room. He had collected signed balls, bats, cards, and caps from teams all over the country. "Did ya hear the news?" he asked. "Does it have something to do with baseball?" Encyclopedia asked. "I'll say. There's a new sports museum opening up in Idaville, and they've offered a spot in the main hall for a kid to donate something." "And you're ready to give?" asked Encyclopedia. "Sure. If they pick something of yours, you get to have your name on a plaque for everyone to see." "That's pretty exciting," said Sally. "But why do you need us?" "The museum has put out a notice saying that they will be examining donations at noon today. I figure there will be a long line of kids waiting to donate stuff. I want to see what they have, and then I want you to tell me if I need to offer which of these things I need to offer to make sure that my donation gets picked." Encyclopedia looked at his watch. "It's 11:30 now. I guess we'd better get going." When they arrived at the museum, they had a surprise. Only one person was waiting there. Sammy Jackson. He was one of Bugs Meany's tigers. They were so slippery the truth wouldn't stick to them if you pasted it on with a bucket of glue. "Where's the line?" asked Chip. Sammy smiled. "You're looking at it." Chip shook his head. "I can't believe nobody else came." "Oh, they came," said Sammy, "and then they left." "Why would they do that?" asked Encyclopedia. "Couldn't take the competition," Sammy explained. "Once they saw what I was offering, they just disappeared." "What have you got?" Chip asked. Sammy smiled. He took out a box and removed the lid. A baseball was sitting inside on a velvet base. "That, my friends, is a baseball hit by the great George Herman Ruth. I'm talking about the Bambino, the Sultan of Swat, the greatest hitter who ever lived." Now, if this were simply a ball that the babe had hit, even for an out, it would be valuable. But this is more. This is a ball that Ruth hit for a home run. Chip gasped. "Since you brought along Encyclopedia Brown, I'm sure that he will agree. Babe Ruth hit 714 home runs over his career. Isn't that right, Encyclopedia?" "Yes, that's right," Encyclopedia agreed. "I thought so," Sammy grinned. "By the way, Babe ate even more hot dogs during his career than he made homers." He's famous for downing as many as a dozen hot dogs before some games. Those hot dogs are long gone. This baseball is not. In fact, it has a further claim to fame. This was one that Babe Ruth hit on a day when he hit 3 home runs. Chip closed his eyes as if trying to imagine the scene. The homer was hit in Yankee Stadium, home of the Yankees, before the stadium was torn down. I was never in Yankee Stadium, Sammy said. My great uncle lived nearby, and he went to as many games as he could. He never left a game before it was over, so he found himself sitting almost alone in the bleachers when Babe Ruth came up at the bottom of the 9th inning. The game itself was not in doubt. The Yankees were ahead by 3 runs. My uncle liked to get his money's worth, and this was his lucky day. When Babe Ruth took a mighty swing with 2 strikes, the ball sailed in his direction. It landed a couple of rows beneath him and bounced right into his waiting hands. That home run was not a game winner, since the Yankees were already ahead. But it still represents a piece of baseball history. Wow, what a story, Chip said. Sammy nodded. Not long ago, my great uncle passed away. He left me the ball in his will. I'm not the fan of baseball that he was, and it seems only proper that the ball end up in a museum where everyone can enjoy it. Chip turned to leave. We might as well go, Encyclopedia. My collection's pretty good, but I don't have anything to compete with that. Don't be in such a hurry, Encyclopedia said. I think we have a foul play here. That ball is a fake. What did Encyclopedia know that revealed that the ball was a fake? Write in on Canvas or send me an email to let me know. Talk to you soon, Super Sleuths.